Hello there. So, you must be the renowned
Hey, don't forget about the equally...
Of course. Well, it just so happens that our tavern, basically, you'll have full access to all of our ingredients to mix cocktails or any other drink you please. As long as you refrain from being wasteful, you can enjoy unlimited
reef!
Also, you'll be rewarded handsomely if the guests are happy with your drinks.
What? There's even rewards? Where do we sign up?
It's called an academy, but attendance is certainly not mandatory. And you don't have to make your decision right away. So, what do you think? Will you give the academy a try? Great, then please come on in.
Hey, I know you two. So what can I get for you today?
Hey, Charles. Actually, we...
Bartenders? Oh, you're certainly talented at handling difficult tasks. There's no doubt about that. But mixing cocktails is a whole different game. It's delicate. Everything from the ratios of your ingredients to your mixing.
Don't worry, she's a fantastic cook. Cooking...
All right, I'll take your word for it. Oh, and one more thing. In a previous event, we had a student who arbitrarily mixed 3 kinds of hard liquor. Just 1 glass was enough to leave a customer passed out on the... So in light of that incident, we decided to no longer provide alcoholic ingredients to beginners. I hope you'll understand. Great. That just about covers all I have to say. You'll learn all the skills... Learner, this
Paimon agrees, this is...
that was just practice, though. On the job, some may enjoy a stiffer drink, while others might prefer something more...
Paimon would like it...
Well, that's about all there is to it. But to become a truly exceptional bartender, in addition to mixing skills, you'll also need to master conversing with... All right, in that case, you two can take this counter. If you have questions...
Class dismissed. Wait, where's Paimon's caramel pine cone? Oh, it's Master Diluc. What bring...
Me? Nothing to do? Don't count on it. I heard you two were
Wow, you really do catch wind of things.
So, tell me, how do you like being a bartender?
Yeah, it's still a little too early to tell.
Just tell me your initial feelings. Excited, confused, anything. How does it feel to be a bartender? I see.
Hey, didn't you want to ask Paimon? Paimon's initial feeling is, drink?
Good. I'm happy for you. Now, could you make me a Gray Valley sunset then? I'll leave the size up to you. Great. Take your time. Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's all about the ingredients. If the fruit are fresh and juicy, then the drink will naturally...
Sounds like I should thank the soil of Mondstadt. It just so happens that Gray Valley Sunset is the first drink I was still quite young. My no requirements, and no instruction. In the end, I just made a glass of fruit punch.
Oh? But why fruit...
My father was equally surprised. I didn't really put much thought into it. Looking back on it, I was so young and naive. Oh? I've never thought about it, I suppose. But, by the way, there's something I'd like to give you. But I suppose it's better to wait until you have more experience with your bartender job. I have no doubt that you'll do very well.
And Paimon will,
Very well. Then, I look forward to seeing your good work. See you around.
come back soon when you have a minute.
Well, well, this is a surprise. I didn't expect to see you two behind the counter. In that case, I'd like a death afternoon.
Leave it to Kaeya to make things difficult right from the start.
Come now. I just wanted to see how she'd react. I admit I didn't expect to see you here today, Sister Rosaria. With so many demanding customers that frequent the tavern, I only thought I'd help the traveler gain some experience.
There he goes with that smooth talk.
Don't get me wrong, I was only trying to be helpful. If anything, you should be thanking me. Now, how about we start with something simple like, oh, and make it a large, please.
I'll leave my drink up to you. Just make it a tea of some kind and not too big.
Please, take your time.
What is it, Rosaria? You don't like the drink?
No, the drink you made me is fine. It's just that I rarely ever drink tea. The taste always reminds me of certain things.
Ah, I presume you're referring to the church?
Yes. The church once held an event that I couldn't attend, but Sister Barbara still saved some tea and dessert for me. The dessert had already gone stale, so she whisked it away when I wasn't looking. But the tea tasted just like the...
Boy, you're in rare form today, Rosaria.
Sounds to me like Mondstadt's just gained another
I prefer something a little stiffer.
That depends. If I point out a few flaws, will you make me another one? I'm just kidding. I'd never subject you to such treatment.
Gosh, Kaeya sure is a tough nut to crack. You never know what he'll say next.
I don't really care what's going through his mind as long as we only talk about drinks. Besides, Kaeya's only interested in people or things that intrigue him, whether that's you, the innkeeper here, or anybody else.
Hey, how could you divulge so much about your dear old drinking buddy?
You think I'm saying too much? Get over yourself. It's no big deal. I'm constantly surrounded by uptight folks day to day. I prefer the easygoing...
Oh, are we gossiping about people who take themselves too seriously now? Speaking of which, I know someone who could easily place in the top 3 most as to their level of seriousness. Well, let me put it this way. They probably wouldn't even flinch if I said...
Are there really rankings for people like that?
Of course. Just off the top of my head, there's a running list for the most consistent drinkers, hardest worker...
Sounds to Paimon like Mondstadters have way...
Are there really that many people who don't need to work?
But what about Paimon? Is there a category that Paimon can be ranked?
Why, of course. How about...
Really? That's great! Our names will be remembered together for...
Well, I must admit, the atmosphere you bring...
You can say that again. Just looking at these two brings a smile to my face. Good bartenders create a nice atmosphere and get people in a good mood. You know, like a mascot. So I guess there's really no...
Huh?
Nothing. Thanks for your...
Yeah, I should be going too. By the way, that black tea tasted great. I'll try to make some for myself in the future, if I can
Until next time.